YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive, or P-Bandai exclusive, Master Grade Gundam TR-1 Advanced Hazel. Now this, this is another Premium Bandai kit, as I mentioned, which is, anybody should know the Hazel custom now at this point, or what this mobile suit is now. Also, I did review the normal version, or the rollout color version, that came out like a few months earlier than this version, so I will leave a link description down below so you guys can check that review. And for the record, the build of this kit is exactly the same as the TR-1, the normal Gundam Hazel, or TR-1 Hazel Custom. Yeah, I'm not used to that name. So the articulation wise, build wise, is pretty much the same except for the extra add-ons that's going on with the kit. So I will not go over the articulation regarding that. So consider this one of those my simple reviews where I don't go over the articulation but rather go over the differences. Alright, so let's start with the review. Now first of all, what you get of course is the Advanced Hazel itself. As mentioned, you get one beam rifle, you get one shield, you get two shield booster units. Now, I know some people are gonna comment this on the comment section, of course, but the HUC version has a different booster shield. Now, that's technically, like, I've checked like some wikis and I did ask a few people, though that's more like an option thing. Now, it's like saying that yeah, the Hazel does have that, but it's just an option. You can have that or not have that. So this one, you actually get two of the same booster shields as that, and which I do prefer because I really did. I wasn't really too fond of having like two different booster shields on each side, which is a personal thing. And then you have the sensor unit on the head, which is new. You get the extra sub arms in front, and then another thing which I really enjoy of this kit while building is that this was a pretty good study of me because I was never aware of like this difference, like such as these high heels on the feet. Now because the normal version or the original version had like flat feet, while this one has like a high heel stance with extra boosters on the bottom. So that's that. So those are some stuff you get on the kit. Now I will go over the other components now. So I will put this on the back, and then I will put this away just for now, and then let's look at what you get other than the kit. Now first of all, you get two beam saber effects, but only one beam saber hilt as usual, but I will be demonstrating with this one, which is from a different kit because I'm kind of feeling a little bit lazy to cut these off. And then you get some stickers, which everything is pretty much almost the same except for, like, I believe there's from the original, so I believe except for one sticker, I believe, but other than that it's pretty much the same. You do get the same black stickers for the like thrusters on the legs, greens for like some sensors all over the place, and yada yada, and the V symbol for the crotch, which I colored in metallic gold, but you won't be seeing that on this kit. And once again, water slides, not my forte. Okay, here are some leftover parts that I actually did cut out, which I can't remember for why, but for the green clear pieces, you do get like the original green piece for the eyes, but you won't be actually using this because this one actually doesn't have like an eye unit kit or build wise, but there is a mono eye on the head inside the sensor, which I will try my best to show you guys. So that's that. Once again, before I go on, I do not disassemble kits to show you guys certain areas, so sorry about that part, but once I assemble, I do not disassemble. Unless it's like for a purpose for coloring or customization purpose, if I have to say so. Here are some leftover parts. These are from the normal TR-1 Hazel Custom. From the backpack, I believe, and this part as well. So these parts you don't actually use. So once again, this is another aspect I wasn't aware about the differences. So it was a really good study kit for me. Okay, and here are some leftover plates. Now, I'll try to explain that as best as I can. Now here we have a gigantic polycap plate. Once again, some leftover polycaps, nothing too special going on. So yeah. Here we have some parts leftovers. I'm not sure. I believe this one is from the Gundam Mark II 2.0. Yeah, this is actually from the Mark II 2.0. Yeah, some inner frame parts from the legs. I believe this one is from the shoulders. And then here we have another TR-1 Hazel custom leftover parts. The backpack, the front head unit. You actually do get a different mold for this part actually. And then some leftover parts from the backpack again. Once again, more leftover parts from the Mark II 2.0, some leg inner frames and such, I believe. So nothing too special going on. And then some inner frames for the body, the shields, and some other areas that you might be familiar with. So that's that. Now, a little bit storytelling, not regarding this, but once Bandai released this as a premium Bandai kit, which I really didn't mind at the time. After this, after like a few weeks later, they released the same kit but in the Titans color version. So anybody, unless you're a really big fan of the AOZ stuff and you're one of those people who must have all of the variants, yeah, that might be your thing. But anybody who was smart enough was expecting this version to come out or pop out sooner or later. So that's what I did. I basically waited out, waiting for the the one that had the sub arms and the actually mono eye on the head. So yeah, and I got it. So yeah, I'm actually curious. Like, I guess those who missed the rollout color version should have gotten the Titans color version. But for me, I wasn't that too enthusiastic about that part. Alright, now let's go on with the differences. So first, I would like to start off with the head. Another thing is that the normal version, no, not the normal, but the first version I got, the beam saber really popped out easily. This one does not actually have that issue. It's actually pretty stiff on it, so I'm actually happy about that part. Now for the head. Now once again, you get the front part is actually a different mold, but the inside is pretty much the same. You have the same clear piece on it. Now inside here, if you even use this unit in some games, it does show some scenes where it actually opens this hatch to reveal a mono eye, and surprisingly enough, it's kind of hard to see, but there is actually a green piece, like a green clear piece mono eye in there. Even though I do open it, it doesn't really reveal that much. So yeah, come on. It's really hard. I mean, it doesn't really open that well. But yeah, inside there's actually a mono eye. It doesn't move, but it's really cool that they actually did this. So I was kind of really happy about that part. So that's that. Closing it. And another different part is the backpack, which when I first got the other version, and you put the shield booster on top of it like this, I was kind of curious on this version how it's supposed to stick. And surprisingly, it's really simple. Is that, well, you can take these parts off, and it's just like a really simple version of that inside part. So you have two holes that you can put in on the side areas, and I believe you still have this hole, so you can actually still technically put the shield booster. No, it's not. Okay, sorry about that. I guess that's a different hole for something else. But yeah, really simple. But the only regarding this is the downside part of this part, which you can put the shield on here, but it doesn't really feel tight, or you don't really have any like a locking mechanism, so it may feel a little bit loose, but not loose enough to like just fall off it on its own. But yeah, that's just one factor that might bother some people. Okay, other than that, the different part is the sub arms. You know what? Actually, let's take this part off, and then let's take off the beam saber to show you, to demonstrate about the sub arms or claw arms. Now this is a pretty interesting gimmick. Now each side is the way how you put this entire piece is that those who bought the Hazel custom shouldn't realize the crotch area can be extended, but at first I saw you extend it and you like put it on the top, but no, this entire piece actually has a hole on the bottom section, so you pull out the entire piece of the crotch, and then you put the peg that's on here inside that hole and then reattach it. So yeah, this is not gonna fall off by any means. Okay, so for the sub arms, you can move them forward about 90 degrees or a little bit less, depending how you look at it. And then you have this part which can that is, I guess this is also considered a swivel, I guess. It's a swivel, so 360, and then you have another arm section right over here, so you can put these arms on. I actually, yeah, despite not being a biggest fan of AOZ stuff, I guess this is another fun gimmick, I guess. And problem is, like, the connection part is really stiff, so if you move this a lot, they might try to, you know, fall apart a little bit. So you have these claw arms going on. Of course, opening them up might not be the easiest thing, but it works. I mean, come on. I think I jinxed myself, so... Oh boy. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with the other side because I did open up the other side normally. There we go. Okay, we got this side on. So you have these 3 claws going on, and they can open as you can see. They can open up and close down, and they can actually hold the weapons pretty well. I mean, pretty stable and tight. Well, despite they don't have any like whatchamacallit, like pegs to hold the weapons. Those claw arms actually do get the job done. So yeah, it's another once again fun gimmick. And for the beam rifle, it can hold it as well. Of course, according to the manual, one of the claws have to actually be on the trigger, like something like this, I believe. So once again, you can make it hold it. It's holding it. So if you have another beam rifle like this, you can have like a dual rifle holding it, and maybe if you have like another third one, yeah, you can totally have fun with this. So yeah, it has no problem or issue holding the rifle. Yeah, so the arm unit itself can also swivel around 360 if you want to do so. So yeah, articulation stuff is not that bad on the sub arms itself. So let's put that away. And oh boy. Oh, of course. Okay, now it's 360 because this part cannot rotate to the other side, so you can only put it on the back. Which again, I guess that's good enough. Okay, lastly is the feet. Now, as mentioned, usually the first version you get the flat feet, but this one actually has these high heels, which interestingly enough, there's no actual holes or pegs on the bottom of the feet. You just attach these forward and backward on the feet. So yeah. Other than that, so it doesn't really affect balance, but it does become a high heel, so it might be tricky to balance in certain like areas, but mostly, I believe the Hazels has been used in space, so it shouldn't be an issue in like reality. Anyway, that was pretty much it for the review. I mean, once again, since I already did review this version, I really have no reason to go over like articulation again. So some people might be asking which is the better version. For me, I'm gonna have to go, as much as I am not the biggest fan, I would have to go with the advanced Hazel because you get all this. Well, granted, you don't get every part to make this version because there's actually a Titan's color. There's another P-Bandai Master Grade kit of this version in Titan's color, so it's really up to your choice. But if you're like one of those people who considers every equipment important, the advanced Hazel should be your thing. Once again, being premium Bandai does not mean better. So the quality of these kits are not like spectacularly like amazing. The best way I can put it is like it's between the quality of the Master Grade Jim Quill and the Master Grade Gundam Mark II 2.0. It's like between them. Anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive Master Grade Gundam TR-1 Advanced Hazel. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. So until then, see you guys next time.